Hello, welcome back to Rae's Create Cards. I am Rae Henderson, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Morristown, Tennessee. It is Saturday, March 26th. I can't believe I'm saying it's this late in the year already. It's about 5 o'clock in the evening, and I hope everyone has had a wonderful weekend so far, and hope your weekend is good in completion. So, I previously did a video on the Waves of Inspiration. I had just gotten it, and I was eager to play with it. And, you know, it was an okay card, but it wasn't really what I wanted to do with it. And so I've had a little bit of a chance to play with it since then. And I've actually incorporated some ink blending in on my idea for a different card. And so I thought maybe we would do a little bit of ink blending on screen today. Those of you who have never done it, I urge you to please go ahead and try this. We've had some really odd weather here. It's been really, really warm, almost reminiscent of a mild summer. And then all of a sudden it got very windy and very cool. Kind of took me by surprise. So spring has got a lot of fluctuations in it, and that's what we're experiencing right now, but it's all good. I'm really excited anyway. Okay, so on this Waves of Inspiration, I wanted to do some ink blending, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to do like a nighttime sky or maybe an early evening sky, and I think that was what kind of won out with me. But by all means, if you try this technique, you know, choose your colors, do it any way you'd like to do it. But I'm going to start out with some balmy blue. Get a little bit on my brush here, and I don't want it real dark, so I'm going to kind of hold my brush back so that I'm not putting on just tons of ink. And indeed, you probably can't even really see because I choose to go in just really light layers to begin with. And if I can hold this straight, you know, I think I'm going to move this grid paper because this this silicone mat that I have under it really kind of helps to hold and grip my paper so it doesn't want to slide. But with that paper under it, I'm kind of like fighting myself here. So how's everybody's week been? You know, I am really wanting to get up and running and learning how to do live videos, because I would so love to be able to do some live videos with all of you. I think that would be tons of fun. Leave me a comment in the comments below if you would like to see me do lives. I can't do them on Facebook. I would have to do them on, I can't do them on YouTube. I would have to do them on Facebook. And not everybody's on Facebook, and I get that. But until I get 1,000 subscribers, I can't do anything else but. And Facebook is a good platform for doing lives. I just need to get down to the nitty-gritty and learn how to use it. Okay, I don't know how much of it you're seeing. Got just little bits of that balmy blue. And what I thought I would try is take just a little bit of Coastal Cabana and mix in with that balmy blue for a little bit different tone for the water. Oh, I've really got a whole lot on my brush here. Y'all can't even see what I'm doing. All right, let me move the stamp set. Let's bring this over. Bring my scratch paper over. See where I'm at here, okay. I don't have a whole lot on my brush, but I want to mix that Coastal Cabana tone in with the balmy blue. And yes, I did go ahead and I did pre-die cut all the pieces that I'm going to use on this card. And I did pre-do my card base and all that good stuff to save some time in the video. Honestly, the ink blending is going to be the hardest part. But I'm really liking how that balmy blue and that Coastal Cabana have kind of blended together for that water look. Okay. All right, I am done with that. All right, I'm going to put the brush I used with the Coastal Cabana, put it to the side. Ditto for the balmy blue. I don't want to get my brushes mixed up. And then for the mid-tone, right up above the water level, I'm going to use So Saffron. Let's see how that's going to look. I don't want it real dark. I just want little bits, and I want to blend it down a little bit into our two blue colors below. Just a little bit. There we go. There we go. We got that pretty yellow going on there. I really love So Saffron. I know it's not everybody's favorite color, but I am really liking it. Okay, then I thought I would go with just a bit of pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie can be a pretty intense color. Now, holding my brush way back here because I don't want tons of that color. I want some. I want to be able to see it and blend it. And I don't want just whole lots of it. Not a whole lot. And we're going to blend that down a little bit into the So Saffron. Kind of make sure that that's kind of a smooth transition there. And I want to come up just a little bit more with it. I think I'm kind of out of the So Saffron. We're going to pick up a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, it's been kind of frustrating because on my days off, it's either raining or it's cold and windy or something. And guys, I've got some flower beds that desperately need some attention. Now, I'm not sure I'm done with pumpkin pie, so I'm just going to leave that right there. And I'm going to get some Poppy Parade for the very top. Of course, that really is an intense color. And I don't want very much on my brush. Let's see what we can do here. I was afraid the real red might really be too much red because I wasn't going for that kind of a look. Just kind of a, you know, hey, the sun is fixing to set kind of thing, but there was still plenty of daylight. Yeah, that time of day. So I'm going to kind of blend that in. I want to come into that pumpkin pie a little bit. Make sure that's a smooth gradation there. Okay, we're getting it. And then I thought, now I don't know how this is really going to look because I hadn't done this yet. Well, let's go up with just a little tiny bit of pumpkin pie into that Poppy Parade, and let's see how this is going to look. But I'm kind of liking that overall tone it's giving it. Need just a little more. Need to go in with a little bit more. Just a bit more. Oh, I'm liking that. I really do like that. Let me hold this up. You see the way it totally changed the tone of that Poppy Parade by going back in with a little bit of pumpkin pie. All right, I think I am okay with ink blending at this point. Oh, I've got a bad ink pad here. Didn't realize it really has not been fighting me that I thought. All right, I'm going to put the pumpkin pie aside because trying to do that on video is not going to end well. You all know me, right? It will not end well. Okay. All right, I got my brushes over next to their respective pads. So, what I did, and I'm sorry I didn't use any of the beautiful foils that released with this, but I simply die cut one set of the dies of the waves in Coastal Cabana and the other one in Bermuda Bay. I don't have them totally glued together, just in little spots where the two die cuts kind of correspond. And if you've not played with this set or not gotten this set yet, I will tell you that what was my white layer that I ink blended on was a traditional 4" by 5 1/4, and this die will perfectly go from one side to the other of a 4 by 5 1/4 sheet. Okay, so let's go ahead. I want my really fine tip glue for this, and because I don't have just a whole lot of area here to work with. And I want to reserve just a tiny bit of unglued area out here at the far end. Just a little bit, and then you'll see why here in just a second. Of course, I think everybody tends to love the Bermuda Bay and the two colors together. Okay, that should be enough. Let's see here. See if I can get it down without smooshing it. Okay, get that there, get that there. So far, so good. I really do kind of want that over just a hair. Just a bit. There we go. I kind of offset just a tiny, tiny bit on this side when I put the die cuts together. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. Just a bit. All right, we're getting that down. I want to make sure I can still, yes, I can still lift this part up. Okay, once again, I am bringing in the, in my previous video when I stamped the pelican and the pier, I stamped it in smoky slate. This time I went ahead and I used the basic gray, and I took my snips and I kind of cut away some of that white area that goes all the way around it. And the reason I did that was so I could kind of help camouflage a little bit better when these go down into the water. They're supposed to look like they're going down into the water, but not staying to where you can see them or it sticks out like a sore thumb. Okay, guys. Well, yours truly has been up since kind of early. I mean, honestly, I was up kind of early, and I've been going like a house of fire. And would you believe I actually baked a cake today? It was a yellow cake, and I put chocolate frosting on it, and he has been a happy camper. So if I didn't get anything else done today, I've done my job. Okay. I love the little bird stamp that comes with it, but I can't find my little tiny A block. I have looked all in my blocks, cannot find it. So if y'all find it, tell him to get home, because it is really hard to stamp with these little stamps when you don't have the right size block. And I had already put my Memento ink up, and so let's get out that Memento. And I will tell you, anytime you're doing these little tiny stamps, you are saying a prayer first, right? Saying a prayer, not too much ink. I just want a couple of them. There we go. That one actually stamped. And you want to be real careful that you do not get any ink around the edges, because it obviously you could definitely get a halo. And I'm only going to stamp 2 of those. And I'm excited and I'm happy that I did it right on video. I'm just going to give these a quick little clean over here off camera. Well, was going to. I didn't get my stamping mist ready. So hang on. You can hear what I'm doing, right? You know me by now. I've got my chamois out. Alright, there we go. It's clean. It's stained, but it's clean. Yours truly has used some other inks that were not water-based inks, and so I have just a little bit of staining, but it doesn't hurt it. Alright, let's see. What do I want to do next? Next, I need my little birds. We had a lot of fun last Saturday at our card class. I think everybody really enjoyed it. We did Easter cards / spring cards. And even with the spring-themed cards, if you wanted to, you were able to turn that into an Easter card. It just depended on, you know, what sentiment you wanted to put on there. We used Timeless Tulips for one of the sets. And we actually did 3D tulips. Let's see if I can get a hold of this other bird without smushing him. It's not easy to pick up. There we go. But I think everybody had a lot of fun. We did a lot of different color schemes. We had purple, we had red and yellow, and right offhand, I don't remember what the other color scheme was. But yeah, we really had a lot of fun. We did. And I was so glad. I mean, it was a lot more work than a regular class because we ended up doing 3 different kinds of cards, including some cards that were very definitely Easter with the cross and the robe and all kinds of stuff. So it was a lot of fun. And I'm really glad most everybody was able to make it. And the ones who were not able to make it, they got their card kits anyway. So I really try to make sure none of my people are ever left out. And try to make sure they get their little kits. Okay, let me see here. This has been my best friend today. I found this mug. It's a Blessed Girl mug. I run on coffee and grace. Now, there is one thing I would change about that. I would have put grace first and coffee second, okay? In my mind, I think this should have had top billing over the coffee, but that's okay. Ephesians 2:8 will serve you well. I just haven't been drinking as much as I should have. I've been getting things organized for my sale coming up in April, where all of my retired products are going to be marked ridiculously low. And again, I'm hoping that everyone can make it to that. Okay, I have stamped the happy birthday here on a piece of Coastal Cabana. And I think I'm just going to pop that up on dimensionals. But before I do that, let's just go ahead and glue this. I swear on my time, I just put that up to the front of the card. And it'll start really showing some life, getting it on this background and on the card base. And let's please do not put it upside down. Have y'all ever done that? Have you ever made a card and glued your main pane to it and then figured out, oh, poo, I did it upside down? I have. I don't remember what the card was, but at some point I had done that. And then at Christmas time, and I was so fussing over the card that I was making for my husband, and I was so nervous, and it was really elaborate. There was a lot of detail to it. In fact, I think I showed it in one of my videos. And then what did I do? I glued it upside down. But I had put so much work into it, I went ahead and gave it to him that way. Yep, I did. All right, let's get some dimensionals out here, and I don't remember. Let's see, big dimensionals, mini dimensionals. Let's go with the minis. If I can get my bag open. I've just got a little bag here. I tend to have bits and pieces of different Stampin' Dimensionals, and I just keep them together in that. All right. Yeah, I think the mini is perfect for that. I might have got away with the big, but I wouldn't take a risk on getting that. But you know, guys, this is also good for those mail cards. And you don't have to like the beach. You don't have to like the ocean to really get a lot of beauty and versatility out of this set. And again, obviously, it is called Waves of Inspiration. So, with just what little bit I have touched on here in doing this video, I can think of way more things to do with this set. And I really wish, you know, I had nothing better to do than just spend a whole day in my card room and play. And just play and come up with things. But I don't have that luxury yet. All right, let's put this, let's bridge right about there. Guys, I haven't used Wink of Stella or anything on this card. I may have to start going through withdrawals. Okay, so we've got that. No, I didn't even think about bling as far as how to finish this one up. And somewhere in my handy dandy box of bling, which I'm embarrassed to show you on camera because it's organized my way, but maybe not the way it should be. We know how that works, right? All right, let me get out. I still keep my old take your pick tool, but I'm going to get out my current one. The tones with this, and yeah, I'm really liking all these colors with the Bermuda Bay and the Coastal Cabana. Really liking it, and I'm trying to figure out, obviously, the Bermuda Bay tone, but the balmy blue tone, to me, that's kind of like balmy blue, but not really. I don't know if you can tell, there's almost a bare hint of green in it. And then you have that silvery blue, which is one of my personal favorites. Let's go with this mid-tone here. I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to put one there. And that was a large one. Let's put a medium one down here. And then I want a small one. Where do we want him? Right about there. Okay. All right, guys. Now, I have the inside all prepped. And I've gone ahead and put my 4 by 5 1/4 white piece. Oh, I got ink on it. Maybe it'll look like sand. Onto a piece of 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 Coastal Cabana. We're just going to put that on the inside. Now, I don't know if you can tell on camera. It's very subtle. You can see it really well in person, but I just took a little hint of that Coastal Cabana and just kind of put that around the words there. And I don't really see where it's showing up on camera. Maybe it's showing up better than I think it is. Okay. But I really wanted to revisit this wave of inspiration. And, you know, I'm not really utilizing that beautiful DSP yet. I need to come up. You know, we've had classes on Z-fold cards and things like that. And I'm really thinking I may need to revisit that and do that in a video using that DSP to really show it off really well. And I tend to want to hoard that beautiful specialty foil. I've shown it to you guys. You've seen it. Oh, and something I keep forgetting to tell everyone. You might think it's a negative bit of news. I honestly don't. So, come April the 1st, Stamping Up is raising the shipping rates, okay? Now, let me tell you, Stamping Up has not raised the shipping rates in a good 10 years. Now, I want y'all to stop and think about how many times the Forever Stamp has increased in price just in the last 5 years, okay? Stamping Up elects to help subsidize the shipping costs so that customers are not bearing the full brunt of it. However, because of COVID, because of all the shipping issues, because of all, the prices have really gone up on everything, including shipping and handling. So they are only raising it 1%. That's right. If your order is a normal $6.95 shipping and handling, it'll be $7.95 shipping and handling, okay? To me, that is beyond reasonable, guys. I mean, come on. They're trying, and they're still not going to break even. They're not going to be in the black, even by raising it 1%, okay? If you do the expedited shipping, it's actually going to work out to be a $3 increase. But again, in my opinion, if you're paying for expedited shipping, $3 more is not going to break you. And UPS and FedEx do not guarantee even the expedited shipping. Okay, so you're taking a chance that if you do expedited shipping, you're taking a chance that it may take 2 to 3 days longer than what you thought. Like, instead of 3 days, it could be 5 days or 6 days, whatever, okay? All right, so there is the insight of that. And today must be a minor miracle day because I also thought about the envelope. I did. All right, a lot of times I end up doing my envelopes off screen. I don't do them with you. And again, it is extremely subtle. I mean, like, it's subtle. I have got just a hint of balmy blue on the envelope, and I stamped the seagull with the basic gray, just like I did on the die cut, okay? All right, let me show you the card I had done a couple of weeks ago, and I just had not had time to try to do a video with it. So here's the one I did a couple of weeks ago. Very, very similar, except for the colors that I used in the ink blending, okay? And another thing you may notice is I reversed the colors on the die cuts, okay? So on this one that we just did, I had Coastal Cabana on top, Bermuda Bay behind. Oh, I didn't reverse them. I did reverse them. I had to stop and look. I thought, wait a minute. What I did was I reversed the die cuts. So this die in the background was in use for the front, and the front die was in use for the back. That's what I did. And I don't know that it really makes a difference. I don't know that it really changes the look that much. And maybe you would have had to have just really looked at it to figure it out. But I really like using that Poppy Parade and that pumpkin pie together. I think I may have used Melon Mambo on this one. I should have written it down and I didn't. And on the Pelican, I did the Smoky Slate and then I did the basic gray, and I like it much better with the basic gray. Okay, I don't know what you guys think. It really did not take long to do. A little stamping, a little die cutting. The ink blending took longer than anything, okay? And there it is. It's beautiful. And a male or female would enjoy this card, okay? For any sentiment. And I just hope that y'all will get your set out and really start playing with it and look at it differently. And think about some of the fun folds that I have taught you all either in class or on video, and we're going to get into more of that, I promise. And see what you can come up with for your own take on this. You don't have to follow me. You don't have to follow anyone else. Get your set out and play with it. And if you haven't already ordered it, I didn't check today to see when the DSP runs out, when the bling runs out, which is what I had right here, the Rhinestone Waves Basic Jewels, when the specialty foil paper runs out. And I have still got a wave that I did out of the navy blue foil. Isn't that pretty? But my vision for using this, honestly, is to do a nighttime scene. And so I may play with that off camera. If I can find the time, I'll play with that, and then I will show it to you in another video. Guys, y'all have the rest of the weekend. I hope it is truly, truly blessed, and hope to see you at church in the morning. Talk to you later. Bye.